Right. So here you can see this is what we are. We are a group of professional FICO consultants, and we will be guiding throughout your career, starting from the inception till you reach your goal. Okay. And we will be providing you the trainings, which includes server access, demo projects, resume preparations, mock interviews, placement assistance, post trainings, support, and much more than that. Whenever you require any help, you can reach out to us even after the course as well. Okay. And
Okay.
let's now quickly start with the things. So you guys are here to learn SAP FICO. First thing, let's understand. Okay, let's try and make it more interactive. Okay. So first thing is I wanted to hear from your end. So what do you know about SAP? Anything that you know, or if you don't know anything, you can tell me I don't know anything. I'm completely blank. I'm here to teach you. Yes,
Not
Charan,
sub.
what
SAP
do you
is
know
a
about?
ERP software.
Okay, so Brahmanand says it's a ERP software. Okay, Brahmanand, what else? Charan, any input from your end?
Like ISF, like according to me, like it's used in finance. It's a software to keep the financial data, I guess. That's what I know about SAP. Apart from that, I don't know
It's a
what is
software.
really SAP.
Okay, fine. So it's a software which handle finance. Yes. Okay. Any other points, Brahmanand?
It's mostly used in finance department like AR or AP. They are used.
Your voice was not really audible. It was completely, muted.
In finance department, they are using SAP like
Okay.
AR or AP.
Okay. Under
GL
finance,
posting.
you will have AR, AP, GLs.
Yes.
Then let's say fixed assets,
Mm.
banking. Okay. So
Okay,
under finance,
consolidation.
these are the different sub modules, or we call it as sub departments, wherein the SAP can be applicable. Okay. Now, first thing is SAP is a ERP file. But before getting into the ERP, what is the necessity of these ERPs is the question. Okay. And why do you want to learn SAP? Let me make that also clear. See, in our college days, that is during our graduations, right? We might have studied the accounting part. Okay. So that is, I'm not getting this spell properly. You might have studied your accounting or a complete package, which is called as finance. But whatever you studied here, right? This was all completely only through book. Even creating a GL, you used to take a scale, pen and a paper, create the tables there, and create your GL account. And whenever you're posting, also, you would have posted the same GLs using the books. Okay. But when you start working, right, or if you want to build a career, you need some or the other software knowledge. And we guys from the commerce graduate, we we cannot get into the technical fields. Again, you will have to gain a lot of insights into the technical things and start learning it, which is quite a tedious task at this stage. Okay. And for that reason, we have something called as functions. Okay, so here you are here to learn or understand the functionalities of ACP, which can be done by the commerce graduates also. So people say that ACP is technical and everybody cannot get into it. That's all fake. Okay, don't bother about that. Any person who's got interest in learning can definitely learn ACP. Okay, and we have a newcomer. Yes, may I know your name, please? Show me. It says show me mobile here. What is your name, if you can tell me? Sorry, please be a bit louder. You're speaking, but I'm not getting your voice. Check your volumes there. If volume is muted in your laptop, I won't be able to hear you. Okay, check the volume in your laptop, increase the volume, and then tell me your name. Or you can just drop a message here in the chat box. Okay, that also will do. Sorry, your voice is not audible. Yes, it's audible now. Tell me. All right, let's move on. So here, this is the necessity. Okay, we have studied the complete theory part, okay, or complete finance part theoretically in your college. And for you to get into corporate, you need some practical knowledge. Okay, that is what we will be teaching you here. Whatever you studied in your college through the books, you will be doing the same thing here practically through the ERPs. Okay, so that is the understanding. Once the course is done, you will have good knowledge on SAP and specifically related to finance as well. We will discuss that very shortly. Okay, so why people need to learn SAP is because you have done all your accounting and finance part only using the books, and now you will need some knowledge to do the same things in SAP. Okay, that is why the training is required here. Okay, any questions, people? Are you all fine? Yes, Brahmanand, Charan, is it fine?
Fine, sir. Fine.
So fine.
All right. Great. Let's move on.
Fine, sir. Fine, sir.
You please mute yourself whenever you're not speaking. Okay, you can mute only if you want to tell something. Yeah. All right. So moving on. So this is the requirement. If you want to get into any corporate, some of the corporates they will hire you for a low package and then train you, and they will, try and make use of the imparted knowledge. Some of the organizations will look for the candidates who already have the knowledge, and it will be easy for them, and they will save a lot of money on that. Okay, so considering all this, it's good to be prepared for the next challenge. Okay, that is why you will have to spend some time to learn SAP practically. And in the backend, I'll be here to support you with all the kinds of help required or any support required. Don't hesitate. I'm here. Just drop a message in the WhatsApp. I'll try and get it sorted. I'll try and support you as quickly as possible. Okay, so this is the requirement of SAP training here. Now let's get into SAP. Okay, so basically SAP stands for Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. Okay, so here you can see this is the full form of SAP. It stands for Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. Okay, so that is SAP. Basically, SAP is an organization, okay, which started in the year 1972 in Germany. So, why people trust SAP, or why there is a lot of buzz over SAP, and why there are a lot of people who's looking, to migrate or to start as a consultant in SAP is because of this. SAP started in the year 1972 and it has got a history of 5 decades. Okay, more than 50 years they are into the market. Since 1972, they have served lakhs of clients. Okay, and the other thing is this is a organization. See, I'll just give you some basic idea here. Okay, in today's session, I'll not take too much time today because first session, I just want you to get through the basic stuffs, and from next session onwards, we will get into the actual SAP. Okay, so here SAP is a organization. Okay, organization or a company, you can call it as company name. Okay, let me put this here. SAP is a name of a company. Okay, and as I said, you SAP stands for Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. Okay, and this company has got, or this company is into development and management of ERPs. Okay, so what is ERP? I will give you a brief explanation. Before that, let me finish this introduction to SAP now. So they are completely into management and development of ERPs, which is required for any business. Okay, or in other words, you can call it as an organization which is into the ERP software development. Okay, and there are multiple softwares or ERPs which are developed by SAP. And here you can see I have named some of them. SAP Ariba, SAP Hybris, SAP Brim, SAP BO, that is Business Objective, Business One, which is also called as B1, and we've got S4 HANA, ECC, and still there are many. Okay, so probably, so have you heard any of these names? Brahmanand and Charan and another people. So I didn't get the other person name. Right.
I know that like some names like SAP S/4HANA. I know
Is
S/4HANA, like SAP PI. I know that. Some of those
Exactly.
names.
Right. There are multiple ERPs. Okay. And trust me, there are a lot of candidates who come to me that I want to learn SAP. They're not even aware, like, which application they want to learn. Okay. So here I'm making it clear with SAP, right? You will be learning this software called S4. Okay, you will be, I'll be teaching you this SAP S4 HANA application. Please remember this one. Okay, apart from this one, SAP S4 HANA, right? This is an application which was launched in the year 2015. So again, I will give you some more insights into that. Before I get into this, now after SAP, I told you SAP is into the ERPs. Okay, there are a lot of ERPs in the market. There are other companies' ERPs also. Like if you have heard about Oracle, JD Edwards, MS
QuickBooks.
Dynamics, then we've got Tally and many more. There are n number of ERPs which are available in the market. Okay, out of all this, SAP is the market leader. Whenever you go out to the people and speak to them about ERPs, majority of them, like more than 60% of them, speak about SAP. Okay, that's how huge SAP is. Okay, now coming down to the ERP part. So as I told you, SAP S4 HANA, it's an ERP tool. Okay, which stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. This is the full form of ERP. Now, what is the use of this ERPs? Do you have any idea on this? Anybody? Ramanand, Charan, what is your idea on ERP?
like they can easily solve complex problems
Oh, great. Yes, you can reduce the complexity. Yes,
and,
possible.
and large amount of data can be simplified easily.
Great. So you can also go with the data handling part. Okay. What else? How about Brahmanand? Any points from your side, Brahmanand?
And it's time less time consuming
Okay,
to
let's.
handle it.
Okay, you can try and reduce the time as well. Okay, great. So whatever you said, there's all the features of ERPs. Okay, you can try and reduce the time, or you can reduce the, what is the other point you said, complexity, and even large number of data can be handled by using this ERPs here. Okay, now fine. So as I said, Charan, these are the features. Okay, now what do we do under ERP? What is the core purpose of ERP? Any idea?
So like
No,
keeping
sir.
this data, like you can plan for future. Like,
Okay, you can try and plan things. Okay, great. Fine. So let me give you some insights again into this. See here, when we talk about ERP, enterprise resource planning, right? This is a software tool. Okay, or you can also call it as a software. What is the purpose of that software? It is to easy your business processes. Okay. And in these days, right? Even if you get into a small hotel, you will find a software for the billing purposes. And even if you go to a small provision store, also you will find small softwares for used for billing purposes, or which is used to manage the inventories. Okay. Imagine if this is the case of small business, how about the genes? We got some genes in the world, right? Starting, or let's take our country. If you talk about the business genes like Reliance, then we've got Adani's, we've got Tata's, then we've got Birla's and many more. There are many companies. Okay. Their turnovers will be crossed together on a daily basis. Okay. Imagine what kind of softwares these guys need to manage those, heavy transactions which are frozen together, right? So this is one thing. This is the purpose of ER. Okay, it will help you out in managing your processes. And if I say business, so basically ERPs refers to business only. Enterprise means it's a business. Okay. And I told you ERPs will help you out in managing your business. So what is your business actually? What are the different activities that you do in a business? Can you list some of them? Any of the functions or activities that you do in a business? Yes, Charan, Brahmanand.
By giving
Production or services.
products. Yes.
Let's say products. What else?
Services.
Services.
So one by one, let's yes, Charan, finish it off. Any which is your on new on.
Services.
Okay, let's say services. What else? What else is required for a business? Yes, Brahmanand.
Money.
Petrol.
Money, and call this as finance. Yes, Brahmanand.
Workforce.
Management.
Okay, let's say workforce. What else? Management.
Management.
Okay. Anything else? Think. Let's say you are starting a new provision store. Okay. And what are the things required for? Because why I'm giving you an example of a provision store is day in and day out, you will be seeing, you will have a look at it, right? For to buy something, or even while you're walking, you might have seen a lot of provision stores. Let's say you want to start a provision store or a retail store, and tell me which are the different functions in that. Okay, now you have told me you need products, some services. So we will need finance. Money is definitely required. We will need workforce. and you need a proper management as well. Anything else?
So the place.
Place is required. Okay. Let's say place. Anything else? Think. Okay. So let me break the ice. Fine. So you have given me the majority of the points here. Okay. But I'll try and again subdivide this. Okay. See here, if you're telling me that it's a product, right? It can be the product that you have manufactured, okay, or let's say we will call this as production. Okay, this is also one of the function. If I say services, let's say you have an option of door delivery. Okay, in that case, you will have to look at the logistics part as well. So how do you manage the logistics from, for the delivery of the items to the customers? That also has to be taken care. Finance, you have already told, no doubt. Finance is the master. Without money, nothing can be done. Okay, and this is the main thing. Any example or any business that you take in the world, money or finance plays a key role. Without finance, you cannot do anything. Fine. And then you're talking about workforce. Fine. So workforce, I'll simply put this as HR. Okay. All my employees will be taken care by this department, HR department, or all the workforce related activities will be managed by HR, human resource management. And even management is also can be part of this HR here. Okay, so here we've got place. This can be called as place of business, or if you want me to, get into further details, you can also call this as warehouse, where you store your goods, and the same place can be considered as selling point. Okay, see if these are your things. Now I'll give you some more breakups into this. If you want to produce, or let's say if you are into trading goods, like let's assume that you're not selling it all, you're buying some products from one company and you're selling it. And for that, you will need some purchase team. Okay, because you have got multiple crores of turnover and you alone cannot manage all those things. Okay, you need people who can get the job done for you. And that is why we have this purchase option here. Okay, purchase department will be taking care of all these things. And further, logistics I've already done. So for logistics, what happens? We will have inward and outward. All the things will be taken care by the logistics only. And once we have money, so within finance, I'll give you a few more details into the finance very shortly. And we've got HR and we've got warehouse. Okay. Now let's assume we have purchased a product. Okay. And the product is in the store. And next thing is you will have to start looking for the customers. Okay, which is for the sales. Okay. So these are small functions that we have listed out. And again, within production, you will have a lot of departments, a lot of activities going on. Within logistics also, we'll have a lot of activities. HR, again, we will have payrolls, pensions, leaves, time, all those things has to be managed. Warehouse, whenever there is a material that you receive or a product you receive, where do you store? All those things will be taken care by the warehouse team here. And customers, again, will be considered as the king. Without them, there's no business. And we have a sales department. Okay. See, these ERPs, right, is not restricted only to one function, like finance only, production only, logistics only. And specifically, when I talk about SAP ERP or SAP S4 HANA, your S4 HANA can handle all the functions. Okay, I'm just giving you the core functions. Within this, again, there are a lot of functions like time management, quality management, supply chain management, and we've got one more thing, many more. And there's other thing which is called as, I told you, time quality, right? Transportation management. All your business activities can be managed with the help of this ERP. Okay, as simple as it is. You name any activity, we have an option in SAP S4. Okay, so here we will be learning this application called SAP S4 HANA, which is an ERP. So in a simple term, what is an ERP? It's a software which will help you out in managing your business. Okay, see, you all are coming from a commerce background. Okay, and commerce doesn't mean accounting only, commerce doesn't mean finance only. Okay, commerce basically means business. Okay, and whatever the activities that you've got in business, everything can be managed using this ERS. Okay, any questions so far, people? Are you all clear till now? Any questions? Please let me know.
All clear, sir.
Okay, how about others?
Okay, sir. No, sir. All clear, sir.
All right, so that is about, yes. So that is about ERP. Now, again, ERPs, as I told you, there are a lot of ERPs, and we will be learning this ERP called SAP S4 HANA. Okay. Let us say resume. And within SAP, as I told you, there are a lot of ERPs, and we will be covering this SAP S4 HANA. Along with this, I will also take you through the SAP ECC. Okay, so now let me give you some introduction to this SAP ECC and SAP S4 HANA. See, SAP ECC stands for ERP Centralized Components. Okay, this is the full form of ECC, and this application was launched in the year 2005. Okay, and let me also tell you this, within next 2 years, that is by end of 2027, by the end of 2027, SAP ECC will be completely vanished because SAP has decided to stop the necessary support for this ECC. Okay, so this will be out of service within next 2 years. Okay, and then comes SAP S4 HANA. Okay, and this was launched in the year 2015. It's almost 10 years old. And S4 stands for, you can call it as simplified fourth generation, or people also call it as suite for HANA. SUITE, suite for HANA. You can also name it like this. Ideally, this is a business suite. Okay, and here there is another term called HANA, right? HANA. This stands for high performance analytics and appliances. Okay, this is the full form of SAP S4 HANA. And we have another term which is called as SAP HANA. Okay, see, there is a difference between SAP S4 HANA and SAP HANA. Okay, this HANA, right? It is a database. And this S4 HANA, this is a business suite, or you can call it as an application. So what is the difference between HANA and S4 HANA? So this SAP HANA will be used to save the data. Okay, see, you might be using smartphones, right? Whenever you save the data, there is some space or there is some specific device which stores all this data, right? Similarly, in SAP, we have this specific device which is called as HANA, okay, which is used to store all the data. Okay, and HANA also refers to the servers. Okay, this was launched in the year 2011. And why are we calling this as S4 HANA is, so this S4, right, will work only on HANA database, which means without HANA, there is no S4 HANA. Okay, anything you want to do in S4 HANA, system will save the data only in HANA database. That is why it is called as SAP S4 HANA. Clear till now, people?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, you can ask me a question like, so SAP started its own database. So this HANA is SAP's own database. Okay, this was launched in the year 2011. If you can ask me a question like, so since SAP launched its own database in 2011, so what was it doing prior to 2011? Before the launch of SAP HANA in 2011, all the other applications used the databases which were provided by third parties or other companies like Oracle, SQL, DB2. These companies provided the database tools for us. Okay. And after the launch of SAP HANA, SAP started using its own database, which is HANA. And if you talk about ECC and S4 HANA, okay, I told you ECC, it's a older version. Okay, it was started in the year 2005. And when we look at the window, right, or the screen, we will find very less differences between ECC and S4 HANA application. Okay, it looks almost similar. Majority of the windows are quite the same, no changes to that. Okay, but the major change is in the database. ECC can work on other databases also, like your Oracle SQL DB2, it can work. But this S4 HANA will work only with HANA database. Okay, this is the first difference between ECC and S4. Okay, please keep this in your mind. Whenever anyone questions you on the changes or differences between ECC and S4, this is the first difference. So like this, there are a lot of differences which we will be discussing in our session. As in when we I come across the change, I will let you know. You can make a note of it. Okay, so that is about ECC and S4. Next question is, sir, we are getting trained on S4. Can we work on ECC as well? Definitely, yes, it is possible. Okay, see, this is the advanced version. S4 HANA is the advanced version. Okay, and it is just like, you are currently using smartphones, and if someone hands you over the keypad phones, the older versions, definitely you can operate that also, right? Same way here also, if you get trained on S4, you can definitely work on ECC also. Okay, clear? Ramanand, Charan,
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, now next thing is, so what is the difference between this SAP Business One or ECC and HANA? Okay, see the difference is very simple. SAP Business One will cater to the needs of small and medium enterprises, okay, or medium business. Whereas ECC and S4, right, this is designed for large business or large scale enterprises. Okay, this is the difference. ECC and even S4. Okay, so if someone asks you like, SAP is completely focusing on the large scale enterprises, there is no ERP or there is no software for the small and medium, then you can take this name, SAP Business One, which was started in the year 2004. This will cater to the needs of small and medium business, whereas S4 will cater to the needs of large scale business or large enterprises. Okay, so that is about S4 and ECC. Now, apart from that, within S4 HANA, right, we will have multiple versions like this. Here you can see 15, 11, 16, 10, 17.9, 18.9, and all those things, right? So these are called as versions in SAP. So what are these versions? Say for example, iPhone or Apple, right? In with the Apple company has got multiple products. It could be a phone or a MacBook or pods and many more. Okay. Same way, SAP has got multiple applications like this. Fine. And now let's come down to the phone category. iPhone has got different versions, like I starting from iPhone 1 and now we are in iPhone 16, right? And again, within 16 also you will have different versions like 16E, 16S, 16E, 16GB, 32GB, and many more. Same way, S4 has got different versions here. Okay, so these versions are nothing but the upgraded, uh, nothing but the features will be upgraded based on the business requirement. Say, for example, there was some flaws in 1999. Okay, once it is identified, that will be again rectified and that will be available in the newer version. And you guys must be aware that it's a changing world. The business keeps changing, the requirements keeps changing. Okay, in order to cater to these needs, we've got different versions here, and the latest version that we've got in SAP S4 is 2023, which was launched in 2020. And later on, it was all the cloud editions. We will speak about that. Okay. So this is about the versions. And here you guys will be getting trained on this version called 2023 S4. And apart from this, there's other one called as SAP Fiori. Okay, so we will take you through the Fiori also. So what is this Fiori? Fiori and S4 are interrelated, and you have Fioris in ECC also. Fiori is nothing but a user interface, okay, which is used for your reporting purposes. You can use it for the configurations also, but as of now, we will be using it for reporting only. User interface, which will give you more colorful or picturized screen in front of you. So what is the necessity of yours? If you start working with S4 HANA, right? By looking at the screens, you get bored. It is not colorful. Okay, it doesn't give you too many what do you call dynamic options like drag and drop or select, click, and all those things are not available in S4. So that is why SAP came up with this Fiori. Okay, which will give you all these options. Your screen will be colorful. You have all the dynamic selection options. You have drag and drop. You have the check boxes. All those options are available in SAP Fiori. Okay, so as part of the course, I will be taking you through. I will be taking you through the Fiori also. Okay, so just remember all those things, which will be very useful. And this is the basics of the till the applications. Any questions, guys? Are you all clear? Are you able to understand my language? Am I too fast? Or is it fine if I go with the same pace?
Fine, sir.
Okay, all right. All right, moving on. So I told you we'll be working with SAP S4 HANA. And next, within this SAP S4, right, we will have multiple modules like this. Okay, which can be categorized as functional modules and technical modules. Okay. And we are here to learn this functional module called FICO, Financial Accounting and Control. Okay, so we will be going through this module here. And now, what is this functional? What is this technical? So I told you, right, in a business, I mean, commerce refers to business. Okay, so as a commerce graduates, we will be taking care of all the business related activities, like how much money do you need, how many quantities do you need, okay, who can supply this quantity, what is the price, all this we will be deciding. In the backend, to run the software, right, we need the technical team. So that is your technical modules. Okay, so we will have technical and functional. So to keep it more simple, functional is all front end, okay, which is visible, whereas technical will be in the backend. They will be helping us in running the software smoothly, and they will also help us in getting the things done or getting the things customized. Okay, now let's get into the functional modules. So these are the core functional modules in SAP S4. And to tell you in more simple words, just now we were discussing about these functions here, right? Where is it? Here. Okay. All these functions or all these departments will be called as functional module here in SAP. Okay, just one moment. Okay, apologies. Coming back. So this is nothing but the departments only. Whatever we discussed there, like production department, sales, purchase, inventories, everything, all those departments will be called as functional modules in SAP. Okay. And remember, these are only core modules. Okay. We still have a lot of modules which I'll be showing you once we log in into the systems. And out of all this core module, we will be discussing this module called FICO, Financial Accounting and Controlling. Okay, so now it's time to understand what is FI and what is CO. Basically, FI stands for finance, CO stands for controlling. Okay, finance or financial accounting, both are same. Finance and controlling. And see, these are two separate modules in SAP. Okay. And here, as part of the course, or for your future assignments, we will be clubbing this both the modules here, FI and CO, and we will take you through the all the important topics, which will be completely relevant for your interview purpose and also for your knowledge purposes. Okay, so just keep this in mind. Finance is a separate module and the controlling is a separate module. Now, let's try and get into the finance part. Finance is also called as external reporting or external requirement. Okay, so under this module, we will be focusing more on this balance sheets, income statements, and cash flows. Okay, and why we call this as an external requirement is whatever the reports that we prepare here, right? Those reports can be shared with the external peoples or external organizations like the tax authorities, banks, your stakeholders, business partners, and many more. And we have seen a lot of companies who publicly share their balance sheets and the P&Ls, and some of them publish in the newspapers only, telling that this is our what you call audited report for the financial year 24-25 like this. Okay, so just keep this in mind. Finance is nothing but external requirement. Anything related to your balance sheets or your income statements will be available or will be part of this finance. Whereas controlling is your internal reporting. In the controlling module, we will be working with the cost centers and profit centers. And this is nothing but your management accounting. Okay, and we will be calling this as internal requirement or internal reporting, because whatever the reports that we get here, right, these reports will be shared internally only within the management. Say, for example, cost of the product that you produce, right? Very rarely people knows the cost of the product, and it's again a myth in the industry. Like, if you go back and if you go and check Coca-Cola's or Pepsi's, right, none of them have published it in the openly, telling that this is my cost. Not only them, none of the organizations will come forward and publish their cost. Okay, and controlling is nothing but costing. Hopefully, you might have studied the costing part in your graduation times, right? Here, you will be studying it practically. Okay, so costing or controlling is nothing but costing, which will be internal, whereas finance will be external. And why do we need to study both, or what is the scope, right? See, as a consultant, you should have FI and CO both the knowledge. Reason is very simple. If you're spending 10 lakh rupees, okay, that will be recorded under this finance module. And how are you spending the 10 lakh rupees? On which department or on which product or on which service? That will be recorded using controlling module. Okay, so that is why you will have to understand both FI and CO. FICO part, FICO refers to FI and CO, and if you want to become good consultants in the future, you need to have both the knowledge, and that is why we have clubbed all the topics. And if you get into any institute, this is what they see. Okay, like FICO is a clubbed one, but they will not tell you why it is not, I mean, why it is two different module and what is the reason. No one will tell you that. Okay, FI and CO will be our core subject, and within FI and CO, if you want to understand the difference, here is the module. Under FI, we will be working on these options or these sub modules like fixed assets, accruals, cash journals. Then we've got receivables and payables, inventories, tax accounting, general ledger, financial statements, and master data. Whereas in controlling, we will be working with respect to the planning, reporting, monitoring the operations, managing and configuring the master data, cost centers, profit centers, internal orders, and so on. Okay, so this is about FI and CO. Any questions or any doubts or anything that you want to add, people?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, moving on. This is about FICO, right? Let me give you some insights on the other modules also. See, refers to materials management. Okay. And here we were discussing about this purchase, right? So all these purchases will be related to and we will have a process called P2P, procure to pay, as part of module in SAP. Okay. module will be completely into the procurements. the base part is procurement, like how many quantities do you need, which material do you need, who will be the vendor, who will be the supplier, what is the price, all that will be taken care by this team. Okay. Apart from this, team is also into requirement planning. They will also plan the requirement. If you want to produce 100 bicycles, what are the materials that you need and when do you need it? At what time do you want me to send into the production floor? All that will be taken care by the MM. Apart from this, they also take care of the inventories, which is also called as inventory management. Okay, so whenever you talk about the materials or the products, whether it is purchase or storage or prices, suppliers, everything will be taken care by the team. Okay, then comes sales and distribution. So ST sales and distribution, is into the sales. As the name only says, it is completely about the sales. So ideally, you might have heard about the process called O2C, order to cash. Order to cash will be taken care by the STT. So day in and day out, this STT will be reaching out to the prospective customers. Okay, then they will, once the customer is okay, they will create a sales order and deliver the product to the customer and finally come up with the billing. And again, when it comes to the sales and distribution, they also take care of the sale price. Okay, see, in these guys will be taking care of the purchase price for the material, but these guys will be sales and distribution team. They will be taking care of the sales price. Who's the customer? What is the discount that you give? What are the freight charges? Okay, how do you want to deliver? All that will be taken care by the STT. Okay, then comes production planning. Production planning team, which is also called as PP module. They are into complete production planning itself. Say, for example, they've got materials, men, labor, and many more resources. Okay, which combination would give them the better results, or which combination would give them the more production will be taken care by this PPT here. Then comes HCM, that is human capital management. So HCM is all about human resources. So here we were talking about manpower, right? So this manpower or workforce will be taken care by this HCM, human capital management, which is your logins, logouts, payrolls, pensions, onboarding, recruitment, everything will be under this HCM module. Okay, apart from this, you will also come across other modules like financial supply chain management, treasury and risk management, and then we've got extended warehouse management, central finance, and many more. All that are the sub modules of this. Without knowing these core modules, you cannot get into the sub modules. Then comes technical modules. So we've got ABAP and the basis. Okay, so these are the two technical modules. ABAP team is the one, and we also call them as ABAPers. Okay, ABAPer is the one who will be working with the programs or the languages like SQL or Python, and they've got many. They will try and create the programs, and they will create the design for us if required. That will be done by this ABAP team. Then comes the basis team. Okay, so basis team is completely into the network, servers, and database related things. Say, for example, you need access to a system, to your SAP system, that will be done by the basis team. Okay, and if there is any issue with the server, it is not working properly, it is getting disconnected, then you will again reach out to the basis team. Okay, this is what basis team does. ABAP team will do the designs in the backend. Say, for example, you need a separate report, okay, which is not available in the system. That can be created by the ABAP team. Okay, whereas any issues related to the network servers, then you will have to reach out to the DSys team. Okay, so this is about the functional and technical modules. Now, I told you that we will be working with an ERP, which is called as SAP. Application name is S4. Under that, we will be working with this module. Okay. And there are a lot of people who work under this modules, and they can be categorized into end users and consultants. Fine. And the training that I am providing here will be at the consultant level. Okay, so my goal is to make you consultants in the future. Say, for example, within 4 to 6 months maximum. And apart from this, we also have end users. Okay, end users and consultants. These are the two roles. And within consultants, you will have a senior consultants, then we will have junior consultant, and we've got principal consultant, okay, solution architect, and many more. Okay, that all depends upon your experience and knowledge. Okay, before I get into that, let me tell you the difference between this and this. Okay, say for example, there is a transaction happening in your business. Okay, there is some sale happening. Okay, so this sale transaction will be reported into the system by the end users. Okay, they are the ones who will be feeding the data into the system, and they are the ones who will be working on the reports, like the month-end report, weekly report, daily sales report, okay, vendor report or customer balances, GL balances, asset accounting, asset values, all that will be done by the end users. Okay. Then comes the consultants. So if the end users are taking care of the business transactions, what will the consultants do? Right? Let me give you a small example. Let's say you're buying a new phone. Okay. As in when you buy a new phone, you won't be able to operate it immediately. Okay, you got to make some customizations or changes. Like first thing is you will have to insert the SIM card, and there you will have an option like do you want to go with Airtel, Vodafone, or Jio, or whatever it is. Buy that and insert it. Then you will have to sync all your contacts or create new contacts. Then you will install all the applications like Insta or WhatsApp or Facebook, right? And then you may, if you want to change the wallpaper, or if you want to bring in new data or copy the data from the other system, right? You will have your old data, right? Like this contacts or your photos or WhatsApp backup chats or WhatsApp chats of the backup. All those you'll have to get into the new phone, right? Same way, whenever there is a client who wants to go with SAP S4, okay, this SAP S4 comes with the standard setting, just like a new phone that you're buying. And this is where the consultant will pitch in, and he is the one who will do all these things. Okay, like synchronization of contacts or install applications, whatever you do for your phone, right? Same way, consultant will do it for SAP S4. Okay, that is what you will be learning here, how to customize this complete system or how to configure the system based on the client's requirement. Okay, so that is the main thing here in the training. Apart from this, we will also be working on the master data. Okay, so before I get into the master data, are you guys clear with this configuration or customization of the system?
Yes, sir.
How about others?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so remember, we will be working on the configuration part or the customizations part here. Okay, that is the thing. And you will also have to work on the master data. What master data? If you're buying a phone, you will need this contact, which is to be saved there, right? same way, you will have a lot of transactions happening. Okay. And you need your GL master data, vendor master data, customer master, asset master, bank master, all this master datas. Also, we will have to migrate from the old system to the new system, or we will also create the new data if required. So that is your master data. Then comes your support. So what is the support? Whenever there is any issues, okay, whenever the end user face any issues, we will reach out to you, okay, for a solution, and that is called as support. You will have to support them to resolve their queries or issues. Okay, so this is what you call as support, right? So as a consultant, we will be working on these three things. Okay, and here, as part of the course, along with consultants, I will be taking you through the end users content also. Okay, because as a consultant, you will need end user knowledge also. Okay, because whenever there is a project implementation happening, you will have to train the end users, like how to post an invoice, how to pull the report, okay, how to make the payment through the bank. All those things you should also be knowing. So that is why. And apart from that, you should also test it. As a consultant, you need the testing knowledge also. Okay. So in order to cater to that need, I will be taking you through the end users part. Okay. So remember, our goal is okay. Excuse me. So the goal is to become consultant in the future. And for that, you will have to go through this course, and I need your time, and you will have to practice the things. Okay. So the other thing is within this consultants, right? We will have technical consultant and functional consultant. And just now we discussed about the modules, right? Technical modules, functional modules. People working with the technical modules will be called as technical consultants. People working with the functional module will be called as functional consultants. And there are other roles like cross-functional consultant. So cross-functional consultant is an expert in more than two different modules. Okay, like if you're an expert in FICO and MM, or FICO and PP, or MM and ST. Okay, so this combination will be called as cross-functional consultants. And we have another role called techno-functional consultants. So this is a combination of technical and functional. That is, if you are a pro in FICO and ABAP, or basis and MM, or ABAP and BP, or FICO and basis. Okay, a combination of both technical and functional will be called as techno-functional consultants. Okay, so this and this are high in demand. Okay, so if you have the right knowledge and experience, definitely you can become the cross-functional consultant in the future. Okay, so that's all for today from my end. If you guys have any questions, please ask me. Okay, no questions? All right.
No, sir.
So before I wind up the session, I'll just tell you how the things work. Okay. So now whatever the session has happened, this will be recorded. Okay, it is being recorded now, and I will be sharing the recordings with you guys personally. Okay. So first thing is you will have to share your email IDs with me. You can just WhatsApp me on the email on my number or that. Okay, I will give you the access for the videos first thing. Okay. Second thing is please you know for the practice purposes, right? From next session onwards, for the next or the other session, we will start the things practically. Okay, and for that you will need the server access, SAP server access. Okay, so I will be sharing the link, a Google Drive link, wherein you can download the software from that, and just let me know once the thing is downloaded, once the software is downloaded, I will help you out in setting up the servers, post which I will give you the login credentials, the user ID and password. Okay, so you can use that and log in. I will show you in the next session, like how to log in, what will be the user ID, password. I will be sharing all those details. Okay, so for now, please share your email IDs, and later on, I will be reverting you with the Google Drive links. Okay, done? All fine?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, all fine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All fine, sir.
Hope it's not too much for the day. Okay, so that's why I'm just trying to wrap it up a bit early. From next session onwards, we will try and make it the full time, and we will try and finish as soon as possible. Okay, you all have my number,
Okay,
right?
sir.
Just ping me on my number. I will share the details. Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night,
Okay,
sir.
sir. Okay, sir.
Bye.
Yes, sir. Good night, sir. Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night. Bye.